Hey, Teresa here. It has been a long time since I posted anything on this channel. I mean, like over a year. And it was quite a crazy year. My daughter had to go to the hospital during this year. She had an infection, a sinus infection that moved up by her eye. We were worried about her eye. Luckily, there's no major complications. But yeah, that was quite the ordeal, and honestly, it set us back financially for a while. Also, my husband lost his job during the year, and it was just a really challenging year. And I topped it all off in December by getting shingles on my face. I had it on this side. It got a little bit up by my eye and all right here. It got on my lips. It was awful, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been. I've heard of other cases of people having shingles, and it was a lot worse for them. Mine cleared up. Anyway, not to just complain and stuff, but I am just so grateful that despite my problems, like, they're really nothing compared to what others face, and I hope I can be one who can be a helping hand to others. And also, my husband did get a job as well during this year. So he lost a job, got a job. So we are okay there, and we are on a good track. Tying up some loose ends, I made some videos about some 72-hour plant-based food storage, emergency food storage that I made. And I was going to say like what it was like when we ate them, and if it was a good choice or not, if my family liked them, etc., etc. Honestly, I think the foods that got the lower grades were probably generally tastier and yet not filling. And the foods that got the higher grades, I think, like especially I think I got this like squash soup. I think only my husband and I liked it, and my kids wouldn't eat it. So, I won't go into too much detail, but in general, that was a cool experiment, but it didn't quite work out. And like having cold cereal, that just left us hungry really fast. So, we're gonna have a take two sometime. So, look forward to that in the future. Tonight, I just want to talk about scheduling because that has been a big thing in my life. I have this dual personality where I love planning, and I will spend hours planning every intricate detail. And sometimes I just hate planning and want to be spontaneous and free-spirited. And I just feel like I'm crazy how flip-floppy I can be on this and not find a middle ground. It's crazy. So I decided over the Christmas break that I had to make my life more structured, or I not going to make it this year. I've had so much anxiety, stress. I think my shingles came out because of stress. And just not being able to be there for my family when I need to be, and be there for myself and be joyful. And I really want to be joyful this year. So I decided when we weren't doing family things over the vacation, I kind of closed myself up in my room, just let my kids do their thing, which was hard because I'm used to spending lots of time with my kids. So I told them to pretty much just go away and do something else for those 2 weeks, and I made a very planned out schedule. I have done planned out schedules for my family before, but I've kind of had this attitude that every week is different, and I have to make a schedule, a very special schedule for each day. And that's just so time consuming and crazy, and I don't do myself favors by requiring that of myself. So I made a schedule for every single day of the week, like in regards to like the routines that we have and the places we need to go. I made some very important decisions on what commitments needed to go. I did cut a few things from our schedule because they were interfering with more important parts of our schedule. And I've always tried to fool myself into thinking that I have more time than I have. And I've just done that like my whole adult life. And I can't fall for it anymore. I do not have as much time as I think I do. So, I am using Google Calendar. And Google Calendar is telling me when I need to do what I need to do. And it was really liberating to make this very detailed schedule, telling me exactly when I need to do the things I need to do. And after I made it, I was a little worried about, well, what if I am invited to something like a party or an event, or there's a mama get together I want to go to? How am I going to deal with this? Because honestly, our family is super busy. We're probably busier than the average family. We have a lot going on. Even though I cut some activities, we still have a lot going on. So, as it's come up where people have been inviting me to things, I can look at my schedule and I can decide, is it worth going to or not? And if it is worth going to, how can I swap things around or just let things go? And that has been so wonderful and eye-opening for me to be able to just make those plans ahead of time of how I'm going to make this activity work. Because beforehand, I would just pretend that I had all the time in the world and I could somehow make it work. So I feel like I have taken a huge step forward. I have been following my detailed schedule for the past few days, and I know it's early in the game, but my energy level has risen dramatically. I have made time to take my iron, which is super important for my energy, but also I think when I don't know what's going on or I haven't planned my time well, I get disappointed when things don't go well, and then when I'm disappointed and stressed, I get tired and I just want to sleep. That isn't to say I haven't got tired. I think for the past few days I have needed to take a nap. Actually, I don't think I did today, but yesterday, day before, I did need to take a nap in the middle of the day, and that's just kind of what I need to do. But my energy, I can feel it. It is so much better. So if you're like me, you're kind of free-spirited sometimes, you don't want to schedule, but you get stressed out really easily and you feel like things are heavy, try it out. So the idea is to say no so you can say yes. It's awesome. Anyway, I'm curious about how you deal with scheduling, because I know different personalities probably deal with scheduling differently. So are any of you out there legit free spirits who can just spontaneously go through life and not feel everyone feels stress, but maybe not overwhelmed in stress, because I think you're awesome. I just can't do that. Or do any of you out there who have to plan every detail and have your phone tell you when things are happening, because that's how I'm right now? Or I don't know, what other strategies do you have? I would love to hear them in the comments. Well, more is to come. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I will see you in the next video.